Hello art superstars and welcome! My name is Veronica and I'm an artist and I work for Rosetta Art Centre, and I'm so happy to be making a video for you today. We're going to have lots of fun doing some art and craft activities over the next few weeks. And what we are going to be doing today is creating a picture or an artwork of one of our favourite toys using lots of paint and something called block printing. So here's one that I did earlier. This is of my teddy bear here. This is Teddy Bear Edwards. He's very, very old. He used to belong to my mum when she was young, so he's quite delicate, but he's quite special to me, so I'm going to do a picture of him. Here's one that I did earlier. So you're welcome to either go step by step with me and do a teddy bear, or if you have a special toy at home that you would like to create an artwork of, that is absolutely fine, that's great. Or you can just create a pattern using different prints. It's up to you how you'd like to do yours. So what you're going to need to do today, or what you're going to need rather, is some paper. If you've got a few sheets, say 4 or 5 sheets, and if you want to make a few, then you can, and you've got them to hand. So I've just got some cartridge paper there, a pot or old container with some water in. If you've got some paintbrushes, different thicknesses, that's fantastic. You can use those today, and some different objects that we can print with from the kitchen. So I've got some potatoes here. I cut them up about an hour or so ago and put them on a piece of tissue just to absorb any extra moisture. So if you've got potatoes, especially ones that are past their best, so we're not wasting food, that's fantastic. And these are definitely past their best, these little new potatoes that I've cut in half. I've got a lemon that I've cut in half. You get some quite interesting patterns from that, and a few of these old dried up carrot sticks. So whatever you've got, potatoes are amazing if you've got some that you can use. If not, things like broccoli work well, carrot sticks, old kitchen sponges, we can get some interesting marks from those as well. Like I said, if you've got some paintbrushes, these aren't essential, it's just another object that you can use to make marks with, so that's really good to work with. I'm going to use some acrylic paints that I've got here, so we can use acrylics or poster paints work well. We get good colour vibrancy from both, just bear in mind parents that acrylics can stay. They're a bit of a pain to get out of clothes, and what we're doing is quite messy, so you might want to go with a poster paint for that. Yeah, make sure our sleeves are rolled up. You might want to pop an apron on just to protect clothes, so wear some old clothes for today, and let's get started. I'm going to move my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to experiment a little bit. I'm going to have a little play and see what patterns and artworks I can create from my found objects. So here's a few that I made earlier. And I'm going to start again now. I'm going to start with one of my potatoes, I think. And you've got an option here. You can paint it. So I'm going to pop, oh yeah, this is another thing. I've got a paint palette here, a very colourful old one. So you can use a paint palette, or if you've got an old piece of cardboard or wood just to squeeze the paint onto, or a saucer, that will work too. That's great. So you can either use a paintbrush and paint your objects. So I'm going to paint the flat inside part of my potato. You can paint it like this. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing in paint, the whole inside half. Nice even layer of paint like that. Here we go. And then I'm going to hold it facing down. I'm going to press it against my paper and lift it up. Ta-ta-da! And I get a nice circle shape like that. Now, if you don't want to use a paintbrush, something you can do is just to roll the potato about in the paint. Just make sure that the whole potato is, the inside is covered like that. So we've got a really nice thick layer of paint. And then facing downwards, put it on your paper, press really hard and pull away like that. Got another circle. And we're just going to have an experiment now on our paper. Just have a play and see what marks we can make. There we go. Or you can go like this. You can rub your potato to make big circles. I really like that. Big circles of colour like that. I'm going to use my lemon. You can get some interesting patterns from lemons. And again, you can paint or dip your object in straight in the paint. I'm just going to use my paintbrush for now. There we go. I'm going to go with red, and yeah, you can use any colours you want for this. And I'm just going to see what patterns I can make. So I'm going to press it down nice and hard. 3, 2, 1, and lift. And I'm just going to make some prints from the lemon. So lemons, you have citrus fruits, oranges, limes. We get some quite interesting marks from. It's a good idea to cut them in half and leave them on some tissue paper for half an hour or so, just to absorb some of the moisture inside so we don't get the juices coming out. I've got some of my teeny tiny baby new potatoes here. Again, we can paint them or just pop them straight over the paint like this, so you get a thicker layer. Then I'm just going to make sure it's all over the inside like this, and we can just make some patterns with those. We've got some little circles there from those, some small circles, and again we can just use them for printing, for painting block areas of colour like this. Oh, it's so colourful. I've got yellow and I've got red and I've got blue, and I'd quite like to use these little carrot patterns as well. There we go. So I've just dipped that straight in the paint, and I'm just going to make some little squares, some dark blue squares with my carrot. There we go. Ta-da! Now you might want to have a play. You might decide you want to do 2 or 3 of these and decide what shapes and patterns you like the most and go with that. Now if you want to, you can join me and create a teddy bear like this, or you might have a special toy that you want to have a go at doing on your own with the shapes, or you might want to make something up from your head. I'm going to do the teddy bear. So like I say, if you want to work with me, then that's absolutely fine. That's fantastic. Or you might work with me and do your own picture afterwards. Just making sure you can see. There we go. Okay, so my teddy bear's got a circle for his head, quite a small circle. So I'm going to use my potato. Again, I think I'm going to put some more paint on it. So again, I can either dip it straight into the paint, or I like to use my paintbrush and paint yellow on. So I'm just going to paint it yellow, nice thick yellow layer of yellow on my teddy bear's head. And I'm going to work this way up. This way up is called portrait, and it's because I'm doing a tall picture of a teddy bear, so it will work best this way up. I'm going to put my potato down and just press down. 3, 2, 1, and ta-da! I'm going to pull it away, and I've got a circle. like this. So this is my teddy bear's head. Now for my teddy bear's body, I want my teddy bear to have a big circle for his body, which is bigger than his head. So I'm going to use my paintbrush again, and I'm going to put more yellow paint on my potato. And there are several ways you can do this. You might want to use a sponge, or you can use your potato, or use a brush. Whatever you've got that you want to use is fantastic. So I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to make a big circle like I practiced on the other sheet, a big oval with my potato. There we go. And that's my teddy bear's head, and that's my teddy bear's body. Now I want to do some little ears on my teddy bear. So I'm going to use something small, a little circle or oval shape like this. And I think I'm going to paint it orange because I really like orange. And I think that will look really good with the yellow. I'm just going to get a bit more orange out. Lovely bright orange here. There we go. Going to paint it. And I'm going to print it. So carefully putting that down. Press, 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 press. And put it away. There we go. Put it down on the other side. Press, press, press. And put it away. There we go. So I've got my teddy bear's ears and his face and his body. Now I want to give my teddy bear some eyes and nose. And another thing we can do, if we want to get messy, is use one of our fingers. So you could either use a brush for this, or finger, something that creates a small circle. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give it blue eyes, I think. I'm going to put my finger in the blue paint like this. And if you're going to do the finger painting, it's a good idea if you've got some wet wipes to hand, or just a piece of tissue, so you can clean your fingers as you go, like this. And you can dab off any excess like this. There we go. And in the middle of my teddy bear's face, I'm going to do 1 and 2, like that. There we go. Don't those colours look fabulous? So my teddy bear's eyes. And I'm going to give my teddy bear a nose. I think this time I'm going to give my teddy bear an orange nose or a red nose. Let's try red. So I'm going to use another finger. There we go. Got quite a lot of paint on there, so I'm going to use my tissue to dab off the excess like this. And then I'm going to do a nose like this. There we go. Looks a little bit like a koala bear, doesn't he? And I've still got a bit of red on my finger, so I think this time I'm going to give my teddy bear some red arms this time. So I'm going to do a line. I'm going to go down like this. And if you don't want to use your finger, you can use a paintbrush for this. You can use a sponge or an object dipped in paint. There we go. There's my teddy bear's arms. And for the legs, I think I'm going to try something different now. I might use my sponge. This is a washing up sponge. I'm going to put it straight into the red. Straight into the red paint. And you can use whatever colours you want for this. If you're following me with the steps, you can use the colours I've used, or you can use your favourite colours. There we go. So I've got lots of red on my sponge, and I'm just going to do 2 lines. 1, 2, like that. There we go. Now my teddy bear has got long arms and long legs. I think I'm going to give my teddy bear a smile as well, so that he looks happy. So I'm going to get a thin brush, put it in water, getting a little bit of red on there, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to do a line down and up like that. And there is my teddy bear. Now, like I say, it's up to you. You can do a teddy bear with me. You could do a toy of your own. You don't have to use the same objects as me. This is just to give you ideas. So it's whatever you've got in the house that you can use. So sponges, like I say, potatoes do work very well. Broccoli, whatever you found that you don't mind painting, that you can make marks with, adults. So whatever you've got in the house that you're happy to use, that's fantastic. Just have a play, have an experiment. If you don't want to do a picture of a toy or an object or a person, you can just create some patterns like we did at the beginning of the session. So you can just spend your time doing a few different pattern prints like this with the objects. It's whatever you'd like to do, however you'd like to experiment with the paint and the objects to create some block prints. And I really hope that you've enjoyed the session, and I shall see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.